Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Become a man of action. This podcast is sponsored by X-Wolf Testosterone Builder. Gentlemen, are you struggling in the body, sex, or mental game? Need to keep pace with multiple women? There is an answer for you. X Labs presents a proven line of products to help in those areas. Our X-Wolf Testosterone Booster aids in intense workouts in the gym and in the bedroom. Increased blood flow and a heightened libido are just a few of the many benefits. X-Wolf contains all natural ingredients that have been used in Eastern medicine for centuries. All products come with a 30-day free trial and free standard shipping. Use code ROM10 for an additional 10% off through February 1st. Click the link below in the description box to find out more. Quantities are limited. Make a select choice, unleash your inner wolf, and lead the pack today. Yes, y'all got to become a man of action. This is kind of following up on the podcast I did yesterday about talk being cheap. Look, as men, you got to be known as a man who's going to take action. And to illustrate the point, let me tell a story. Now, I remember years ago when I was still married and I needed a new car. I needed a new car because the car I had was a hoopty and it just stopped running one day. So, I was still able to get to work because I had some cooperative co-workers, but I was like, okay, I got to get a new car. So I went and did my thing, got the car. I didn't even have a down payment for it, but I was able to walk out of there with a car, right? Because the dude was like, well, you got at least $500? No. So, but I just took it, did what I had to do, walked out of there with a car. And I remember my co-parent, when we were still married, she told a friend of hers, and a friend of hers was very impressed. And a friend said something. This was when something I took for granted all my life, I realized it wasn't universal. She was impressed that a man went down and handled some business. And I didn't think it was a big deal, but then, when the friend said something about it, I was so impressed because the man that this woman was with didn't handle his business. So I was like, damn, wow. I thought this was normal, But then after she said that, I started paying attention to stuff, right? I started paying attention and it was like, and this is connected to why I did that podcast yesterday. A lot of men just ain't doing anything, talking, but not taking action. But it's very important for a man to take action, one, on a general basis, but two, on a secondary thing that is why, quite frankly, many people listening to me on this channel. And I have to address that issue. But the first thing is, men, the very nature of men is to do. The very nature of masculine energy is to do, is to hunt, is to protect, is to think, is to pave a path that no one else has walked. That's the very nature. Where the woman is the one who's sitting back chilling, supposed to be sitting back at home chilling. She's the one who's passive. The man is aggressive. The man is assertive. The man takes action. If there's a problem, he takes action right away. Immediately. It's like, boom, he takes it. You get things done. And that's just on a normal thing. But let me break it down on a bigger level. Because let's be real. Let's keep it 1,000. Because a lot of times when I talk about stuff on here, you'll get some people, sometimes they well-meaning, sometimes they detractors, say, I wouldn't do all that. Don't do anything for women and all of that. Okay, why you on this channel then? Let's just keep it 1,000, man. If I got books out that's selling on how to get women, how to be attractive to women, let's just be real. There's nothing wrong with that. A heterosexual man wants women. All right? The only thing you should be concerned with is how you dealing with them. And dealing with them from a position of strength. But there's nothing wrong with a man saying, you know what, I want women. You don't have, and it shouldn't be like your primary thing, but let's be real. You working hard, you getting all this stuff. Shoot, you know you want to come home or deal with some fine, whether it's your pretty face, big breasts, big old butt dunk, thick legs, nice feet. We know some of y'all like some feet. You know you want to deal with it. But one thing that turns on a woman, one thing that get her juices rolling, is being a man that just take action. Isn't that, you don't even have to direct the action towards you. Sometimes a woman will sit back and just watch you. She be like, oh, she getting turned on. That dude just went out and did something. I remember I worked on this job when I was still working in the government. And I was just doing some ordinary stuff. And this woman, even though this woman knew I had a girlfriend, she knew I had a girlfriend because I specifically told her. She told me she was actually turned on by just watching me do what I had to do. Because the position I was in, I had to run some things. And she was just like, oh, yeah, she liked that. She was ready to go. And I was telling this woman, I was like, I got something. But it was just the action of it, you know? Because that's the nature of man. Man don't sit around. That's why I get sick of it. That's why I did that podcast yesterday, you know? It's like you want something, boom. A man's supposed to have a job or create his own. Boom. You know, supposed to get things done. If there's a problem or something, shoot, the only talking we supposed to be doing is coming up with a plan. Otherwise doing it. And then sometimes if you don't have anything else, it's like, shoot, I got to go get this done. Bye. Boom. And women get hot because understand the nature of women. Understand the nature. Let's get into the deep part of it, because it ain't necessarily you handing a woman money, but that's why they go crazy over a provider and a protector. You know, and that's a deep thing. That's deeper than money. You know, money could disappear overnight. You know, we could have some major disaster and the money don't mean anything, but they still want that kind type of guy who will go get the food. You know, and it's not serving them, because that's what a man do, because he want to do that, because the nature of man is to take care of whoever's following him. The true king will take care of who's following and who's in his orbit, who's in his tribe. You know, that's not about just doing it for women. Some dudes got this thing twisted. They say, well, I ain't gonna do that. Well, deep down, they lacking the testosterone to actually take action. See, that's the whole purpose of testosterone. To give man the energy to do something, to make it happen, to create his boundary, to create his territory, you know? And when a woman see that, even if you don't got that alpha showpiece body, even if you ain't dropped their hands, when they see that action, they feel something. It's on a deep thing. Now remember what I said, the three main things that I always going to talk about that's a part of the program that I'm giving. First, the physicality. But see, the physicality is the foundation. You got to have the strength to actually take action. And then charisma, being able to connect to a person. That's just, you know what, that's how you like create your legacy. That's how you deal with people. But then the masculinity, when they see that energy, they'll get a whoo. I mean, a woman can get off watching a man walk. That's how deep it is, you know? So it's like, you know what, you doing this for yourself? First of all, what kind of man want to sit around and wait for something to come to him? Please. You might be waiting a long time. Shoot, you better go take it. You better go out there and take it. Be that type of man. Like, I got to get some money. Let me go get it. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. I remember this. And this was from a TV show, right? This was from a TV show. You know, me and my co-parent were watching it. Liked it. It was called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? Yeah, she likes that stuff, and you know, good. It's actually a good story. I like kind of stuff on that level, right? And it was a character. It was a time Buffy had to work for like a regular living in a place, and then you know this a vampire that she was screwing named Spike came in. He came in her line, and he was like, "Look, I'll go get us. You don't have to do this. I'll go get us some money." And my co-parent was like, yeah, that's what women want to hear. He's like, this dude was going to get it. You know, that turns on a woman. You look a woman dead in the eye and say, hey, I got this. Don't worry. I got this. You chill out. You go make that sandwich over there. You go make that sandwich, you chill out, I go get this. You sit back, don't get in my way. Like, and you don't even ask the woman for it. You just say, look, I got this, because you're going to take charge. Real man just take charge. He don't ask the woman's permission. You know, you could just go take it. Say, look, I got this. I'm going to put this thing together. Boom! Shit. But that's an important thing. Every single man, I don't care, you know what, I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your race is, your ethnic background, religion. Be that type of man who you got to get something done. You just going to take that action. You ain't going to sit around and complain about it. Like, you just going to become a man of action. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace and blessings.